All right. Let's see. Check my stream. See if it's actually up, because I can never tell. So, testing. See if everything comes up here. I'm gonna turn the music up here because I'm not quite sure what the music policy is on YouTube currently. Okay. I'm not sure if I have to start it in, let's see, create, go live, check this out. Currently live now. Okay. See if I can actually pull up the chat and whatnot. Nope. Okay. Well, it's fine. Guys, gaming. Pull up my channel here. I'll just look manually. All right. Looks like I am live. Oop, that'll create echoes. There you go. Okay. All set up, I think. This isn't helpful at all. YouTube Studio, for some reason, isn't synced up to my actual live stream. Okay. I'm going to do some more Citadels today. In order to actually pull them up, though, I might have to go to town because I think at this point my actual atlas is so big that I have a hard time, like it doesn't load at all, or it doesn't even come close to loading at all, is even more so. I learned a little trick though, that you can, oh, it is loading it okay. I've been traveling a little bit here west to see how many screens I can get away to kind of test the distance to see how that works. Let's see, do I have watchstones here? Nope, I should set some watchstones up. And currently I have just the one. I actually sold all of my fragments for the most part, except for one, so that I could get ingenuity. So I got ingenuity and I got some new rings. So I am quite a bit tankier, have higher damage, got a lot of cold damage on this. What GPU am I using? A bad one. Real bad. Currently AMD Radeon R9 390 series. So yes, very old, like almost a decade old. Unfortunately, is, let's see, can I check the stream health? Is it not open performance? Okay, 0 drop frames, so that's good. Okay. Does that make a difference in terms of the actual like spawn or how the map loads? Or are you just asking, because yeah, probably currently doesn't look super high fidelity or high graphics. That's pretty much how I always play though. Splash charges, that's fine. More packs, always like more packs. We got ailment threshold, not my favorite. Rarity, it's still fine. It's not great. It's a lot better than the last map I ran. So I'll see if I can run a few Citadels here. Oh, let me grab some of these. I want waystones found. Waystones. Okay, waystones found. Let's see if I have any more. Got one here. And I I have some dump tabs going here with a lot more of these. Okay, looks fine to you. Hey, how's it going, Aeon? Hope you have a good new year. Hey, you too, man. Thanks for stopping in. Just gonna set up a couple of Citadels here to run. And then I'm gonna try the Arbiter more. I haven't really done it much since. I had a really bad cold the other day, so I was spending a lot of time sleeping. Okay, so I can get, I think, 4 towers here on this Iron Citadel. I definitely want to be using them on a Copper Citadel if possible. I'm how many maps away? I'm 1 map away from this Copper Citadel, because Copper Citadels, if I don't use them, I'm going to be able to sell them for a lot more, so I'll just throw a few in here. Get that. GPU have low... Okay, I see. Yeah, it is what it is. GPUs have been extremely expensive for a number of years now, mostly due to, crypto mining and everything. A lot of people bought those up to mine crypto and shot up the price quite a bit. All right, so I'm gonna pop in and do this seepage, and then I'll be able to do this Copper Citadel. How much does a set go to spawn ash? Last I checked, which was a few days ago, it is about half a divine for the 2 cheaper ones, and then for the most expensive one, it's 2 divines, so about 3 divines per attempt. Ooh, that's a bit loud. Yeah, so I think it's... I don't know if the price has changed significantly in the last couple of days. I haven't checked. I can check after this map here, though. But last I checked, it was 3 divines. Actually, I might change up my skill tree a little bit here, although I guess I do want to keep the movement speed so that I can get within the circles. If I find that I can't get within the circles in the fight, in the Arbiter fight, then I'm going to probably get a wand with blink. 300, yeah. Yeah, I might pick one up at some point in the near future. I mean, I'll probably have to, right? But I've upgraded every other part of my computer except for my GPU in the last couple years. GPUs have just been, for a significant upgrade, it's always been just, it didn't seem worth it to me. But I'm going to be playing POE 2 for a long time, so getting a GPU that can actually, play it on high graphics and not have... I haven't had frame tearing or anything, which is good, or at least not much, as long as I have my settings high. Settings good. I haven't been picking up rares very often, but I think I am going to pick up expert quarterstaff, specifically rares. Maybe expert evasion and ES hybrid as well. Although you can gamble for those because the highest tier rolls come at level 79. So I think it's probably worthwhile. I should be picking up wands. A lot of wand builds are still very popular. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any nerfs this week either to like Archmage or whatever else might be getting nerfed. Hopefully not my Invoker, although I could see it. Invoker is one of the most popular builds at the moment, both in softcore and hardcore, and both in solo self-found, and yeah, it's up there for sure. So I could see it. I did get rid of my unset ring, so I no longer have my Shattering Palm. I guess I should be doing Ritual. I really need to get my King of the Mists done. I haven't felt like buying them. I should have. They're not super expensive to my knowledge, at least. But yeah, guess I probably shouldn't stand in the tornado. I don't think it does much, though. I have max chaos res. Yeah, I think it's chaos damage. I'm not actually sure. I should at least be checking those, though. That's my biggest problem, is I've been ignoring ritual for so long because I just wasn't getting them even when I was doing it, but I mean, you gotta get them somehow, I suppose. Alright. I feel so slow. I've been playing on my Deadeye today and Tailwind, and I've got a bunch of extra move speed. I think I was running around at like 68% movement speed currently, at like level 50, trying to get used to WASD movement, which I switched back to because it feels terrible on melee as far as I'm concerned. Some people like it, I guess. I can't get used to it even for ranged, but the alternative is ranged. Is my map? Where am I missing? Ah, way over here. Okay. Wow. Bungled this one. Don't mind me. Been playing campaign on my ranger today, so my mapping instincts are not very good currently. Tier 13? No, thank you. I should be picking those up anyway. Just, it's kind of a lot to trade them all up, even though. Just a pain. I'd rather just only pick up tier 15s, honestly, at this point. There we are, up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really running much Magic Find currently either, but that should be fine. I'm not really worried too much about currency. When I wanted to get my ingenuity, I just sold a bunch of fragments for the Arbiter. I can just do that because I still have a lot of unrun Citadels, like 30 to 50. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I have a lot though. Alright, so let's do the Citadel. And actually, I'm going to see. So, last time we established that in order to get 2 fragments, you need 300 Watchstone chance. And in order to get. And anything above 300 up to 800, I think 800 guarantees. And then anything beyond that. So, let me check to see if I have any extremely high Watchstone drop chance ones here. Here's a 320. It's got penetration, 310, and it's still got some open. Let's do that. And pack size, projectiles, chilled ground. Let me see if I can just get some of these. I'm just going to corrupt all these, see if I can get higher. Oh, I got all good stuff there. That'll be for running something else. Yeah, let's just corrupt a bunch. Oh, 495. Okay, so this one kind of sucks because it's temp chains, minus max res, and ailment threshold 3 that I'm not super happy to be running, but I think I'll probably run it anyway. But they're not the things I would like to be running. Okay, this one has penetration, temp chains again, and then 2 as extra. That one could kill me for sure. I think there's not a whole lot that can kill me, but that one could kill me. So let's see if we can get something better. I messed that up. I didn't mean to corrupt it. I wanted to exalt it first. WASD feels good. What class? Well, currently I plan on playing Monk still, unless, like, I like Shadow a lot, so we'll see what the Shadow ascendancies look like. And the Huntress, I like Spears. Spears are my favorite weapon type. Alright, let's do the 495, I guess. This could be a little dangerous. There's a possibility I die here, but I think I'll be fine. Just gotta be a little careful. Feels good. Some people have dexterity to move and act in different directions with mouse, but for me, having those separate inputs, yeah, I think it's just what I'm used to. I've been doing that for so long. Oh yeah, especially considering the type of map this is. Yeah, I really like WASD for like shooters and stuff, or looter shooters like Borderlands, Fallout. I like WASD for that, but I'm really isometric games. I really am just super used to using mouse and keyboard, and I've had a lot of trouble adapting to it. But using crossbow and bow skills without WASD feels even worse, so I'm trying to get myself used to it. It feels awful. I've tried like attack without moving. I've tried having a move only bound like I do with this. Like I currently have my space bar bound to move only, and then shift is my dodge roll. But yeah, nothing feels quite right on bows with mouse and keyboard. I think it's kind of set up to work with WASD. So that is an issue I'll have to get over, because I do want to play the ranged classes. They're good and they're fun and they're fast, but currently it's a play style. It's a skill issue. I'm just not skilled at the use of that particular controller layout. Also, since I'm so used to shift as dodge roll, having spacebar as move only, having spacebar as my dodge roll is really awkward. I guess I could switch it over there too, but because of the way my fingers are laid out, I have to kind of stretch my hand if I do that. Then it gets uncomfortable for longer play sessions. So, I don't know. Well, I'll work something out at some point. But yeah, I think currently depending on, we'll see what the other classes are. Like Druid looks like it could be fun. I always like Templar. There's a lot of classes that I enjoy. Duelist? Is Duelist going to be one? Or are they renaming him Gladiator? Oh, I don't know why. I always think she's an enemy and just go in to attack her. Is this the only... Yeah, it's just the boss. Alright, I gotta be a little careful. He has some elemental attacks. And... Alright, remember. Your dodge roll is your shift again. Yep, I died. Oh, man. That's rough. I haven't actually died to anything other than the Arbiter in a long time, but I knew with minus max it was a possibility. I should have been paying closer attention. Oh well. It's fine. I've got plenty more where that came from. Okay. Temp chains, ailment. Yeah, the ailment threshold on that really messed me up too. I didn't freeze as fast as I had hoped. Okay. This is real bad positive, so hoping for a big one here. Not getting a lot of great maps. This one's kind of nice for specifically, well, we'll work that out. So yeah, I can't do that now. Unfortunate. That's actually the first Citadel I've ever failed. Huh. Well, these things happen. Alright, how do I get in here? Or should I just find one that is closer? I have a copper down here still. Let's throw in some. Should I get this tower first? Nah, I'm not going to bother. I'll just throw in the ones that I have. Okay. 310. I should just not run minus max or penetration, period, for Citadels. This one, I think this one's okay. 280. This one, armor break. I don't think he really does physical damage to projectiles. I don't think he has projectile attacks either. Chilled ground. I think this one's good. So I can guarantee 2 here. And have a small chance at 3. Alright, so 591. So I should have close to a 50% chance at hitting 3. And guaranteed 2. Which should be fine. Alright. I don't think I need that. Gonna be a little slow with the chilled ground. I'll have to try not to... Wow. Almost committed seppuku trying to get a tier 14 map that I didn't even want to pick up anyway, out of reflex. Committed Sudoku, I mean. I don't need to be picking that up. Okay. Try to focus a little better this time. Yeah, I should have been mapping today if I was going to do this. Because now I'm used to just running through and watching YouTube playing on my other monitor while doing the campaign. So I got a bunch of leveling gear, so I don't have to pay attention. GCP, can't click. I'm sure that bodes well for the Arbiter fight. I do have a lot more damage now, though, but we're going from Arbiter 2 to Arbiter 3 this time, so we'll see how big of an increase that was. I know for map bosses, each individual plus was kind of noticeable when I was low geared. It wasn't super huge, but it was, you know, I noticed it. So assuming Arbiter scales at pretty much the same rate. As far as like the Breach boss, I think by the time I started doing the Breach bosses, I was already geared up and high enough level that I didn't really notice a difference between all of the Breach bosses. There wasn't a huge jump. All right, this should be a lot easier. Just still want to pay attention. Yeah, look how much faster that freezes. Right. Stand here. Did you got a link to your build on Mobalytics? I do, but it's a very old version of my build that is basically irrelevant now. So the reason I haven't done like a build update or anything is because this build is now kind of a Frankenstein between a bunch of other content creators' builds rather than, you know, my own content. Like my version of the build, the triple elemental version that I was running, I kind of threw away in favor of just running maps faster. This one's a much more movement speed, so creators like there's a bunch of different creators that have kind of contributed to the current version. Let's see. We got Baylor Mage, Snoobay, Ziz's editor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I've kind of got an amalgamation of all of their builds going on now, rather than something that I can call, you know, mine individually. Music, I don't know how it is on your guys' end, but I turned it way up and now it's, I can barely hear myself speak, so I'm going to, I don't recognize those gloves, so I'll try those. And tier 4, yeah, that should be it. Okay, well yeah, I don't have the portal bound to my WASD setup yet, which I need to figure out what's good for me there. Oh, this is the full mono one. This one's kind of interesting. 25% attack speed's cool. All right, we got 114 ES. So we got a nice hybrid and then a nice percent. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a Chaos Orb, and that mana is going to become flat ES. Ready? Oh, it did. Wait, what? Hang on. No. The other one did. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a Chaos Orb, and that mana is going to become hybrid, flat ES, and ES percent. Ready? Okay, it didn't work. Try it again. Okay, bricked. Worth a try. Worth a try. Okay, I'm running low on chaos. I like to use a lot of chaos orbs on almost good things. I've hit some pretty big jackpots on that, but it is, you know, heavily RNG. Okay, so I don't remember what the weathered one is, so yeah, I'll just run them kind of randomly. All right. no more. I'm just going to try to corrupt this minus max off, and I did. Cool. And as far as this goes, this has penetrates. I'm not going to be running any penetrates or minus max anymore because those are like the two mods that kill me or can kill me. This one's bad because of the penetrates, so try to get rid of it. Fail. Okay. Well, I'll run that in a little lower stakes content at some point, maybe. All right, so one Citadel down. Ooh, I have a thing to kind of link my... Okay, so now Citadels farmed, 1. Technically 2, but I died. Fragments found 2. There, I have a little counter thing here down in the corner. Let's see, is that visible? Should I change the coloring on that or something? Can I do that? Color. Let's make it brighter so it's easier to see. I'll make it maybe red, like a bright red. That's not super helpful. Now you put like a border around it, outline. Oh, not a white outline though. That makes it even harder to see. I don't think that's terribly helpful either. Maybe I just need to make it bigger. There. I'll throw it here. Red's not going to work. That blends in with my life. Let's try yellow or orange, maybe a dark orange. All right. Should have worked this out ahead of time. I didn't realize how uh, the lack of visibility would. We're just doing it red. It's fine. Maybe it's the problem is I'm using a really thin font. That's probably the actual problem. So let's just use Arial Black. Nice thick font. There you go. And I'm just going to make the text black. Oh, that's way worse. Hang on. Well, there. Okay, that's the most visible. Next, moving on to the next Citadel. I might have to go back to town so that I can reveal more of my map because for some reason it does not like to load in my hideout sometimes. Or sometimes I have to exit to login screen and log back in after moving to a certain area. Yeah, the map is really buggy. I hope they do something about that. And I hope they make like a further zoom out. Technically, you can zoom out further right now. You can do that. I learned this via Reddit, but what you can do is when you're clicked into the map device and you're hitting your scroll wheel and zooming out, if you press escape and keep rolling your scroll wheel, for some reason it will, yeah, it'll zoom out like this, which is really cool, really useful. Let's see. Maybe I need to go back home to reload the rest of the map. Well, that seems to be working. Let's see. Find some unrun citadels. That is my iron one. Iron ones, for some reason, just never complete now. Okay, we'll run this one. Do I have... I already have stuff here. Not any waystone quantity. So I'm probably just getting 2 waystones here. Let's go with... I'm definitely LE weakness capped. Right? Think so. Yeah, I'm way LE weakness capped. Okay, so let's do a stone and or an iron, and then we'll do a stone for the last one, and then we'll run a couple of arbiters. So this one's probably only going to get me 2 fragments. with a small chance of 3. Oh boy. Look at those frames. Oh, I have a better audio filter set up, but it also takes up more of my processing power. So I might end up having a little bit worse performance because of that. But you're also not going to hear me clacking on my keyboard as much, and it shouldn't hopefully sound like I'm underwater with me trying to block out the sound of my computer fan now. I don't even need to full clear this map, I just need to run straight to the boss because you can't complete it no matter what you do. So I will try to get some of the rares out of the way. Oops. Went on to the on-death effect there. Okay. Luckily didn't get frozen though. I have my anti-freeze charm. The only charm I pretty much ever use, besides sometimes if I do some magic finding, I'll do magic find charm. I would use more charms if I had, if there were good belt options available. But at this point, I'm kind of stuck into my ingenuity. I spent, 23 divines on that, so I'm probably going to make sure I get my use out of that. It's definitely worth more than 1 or 2 more charms, for sure. So probably around this way, and then south, I would imagine. So this way, reading the layout properly. Okay. Should be down here somewhere. Not going to do the strong box. Alrighty. Should be just past here. Starting to get used to the Citadel layouts. I've done enough of them now that, they're pretty similar to their map equivalents, but a little bit different. Like this one always seems to be kind of on the southern end after a long stretch. They might be identical because I'm not sure that the layouts have been different every time even, honestly. Alright. So this one's just all offense for him. So now that he unfreezes, he's kind of aimed in that direction. I go to the other side. And he's chilled, so he's slow. He's going to transform now. Get my 1 charge up. I probably should have done that right away before... Oh man, that bell placement. Oh well, it's fine. That was weird bell placement, so I should get 2 here. Golden charm, I'll take that. And tier 4 advanced. Not so good. Alright. So that's that, and now the Stone Citadel. So update my thingy here. We have 2 Citadels down, 4 fragments. And next, find a stone one that hopefully I'm nearby. Oh, I accidentally zoomed in, so hang on. Oh, it doesn't work in town. Okay. So, that's interesting. Maybe it only works in the hideout? This one is the one that I had quite a few to go to get to it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the best way for me to do one of these is to go farther out into the map towards the edge. So maybe I'll start going towards this one. So I'll grab, what's the fastest way here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Same. Yeah. I'll go out here and hopefully it'll just load more of that because I'm pretty sure I have at least a couple more stone citadels over this way. Probably, hopefully. I'll just do some random thing here. How about... Okay, apparently I have a quantity buff there. We'll do this one. It's nice and juicy-ish. Further zoom, yeah. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know how to fix the map problem because I think now I'm like 14 or so screens west, about 7 or 8 screens south, about 10 screens north, and about 8 or so screens east on my map. And it will never ever let me go in between those, like comfortably. I always have to do something extra like log out or switch from hideout to town or go back to the starting citadel and kind of move from there. It won't just let me effortlessly go in between the two, which is annoying. Quite irritating, especially when I'm looking for certain like farming areas I've set up or if I'm looking for citadels like this. I could just go to a different area. I could like move back to my starting area and then go east, which I know I have some stone citadels over there. I think I've only gotten copper and stone to the south, weirdly enough. I got a lot of copper going south. I know I have stone citadels still up north. In fact, I have 3 that are almost on the same screen, so I could go do those. Or one of those. Yeah, let's do the breach. I was gonna skip the breach, but I forget we're doing a tier 15 map and not. A lot of times when I'm just trying to clear through areas to expand my territory, I just do tier 1 maps. That way, when I'm doing all of that, I can kind of, not have to watch my screen and have to worry about dying and having to redo maps, anything like that. Got tier 3 Bloodstone. Is Bloodstone the flat HP or the HP regen? I don't really remember off the top of my head. Check that out. Take these. Got another rare up over here. Feels weird doing breaches without Shattering Palm though. Because I would just, kind of jump in between the packs and blow everything up. I'm still kind of blowing everything on the screen up, but it's not quite as comfortable. Doesn't feel right. I think I'm filtering out most of the catalysts at this point. I think you can 3-for-1 catalysts, I just don't want to. 3-for-1ing is really good at like the start of a league or something. You can get a lot of good stuff with your essences and with your catalysts and all that kind of stuff, but it's a lot of effort for very little potential gain at a certain point, especially now that the economy's kind of settled in and I could literally just buy dozens of those for, I don't know what the prices are exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's like an exalt for a lot of them. Stop it. Trying to go back. Okay. Wind Ward doing its job, killing things that are trying to attack me. That's another nice thing about doing the low tier maps is Wind Ward will literally one-shot pretty much anything in low tier maps, so you can just... Okay, yeah, this loaded out the rest of these. That is from last time. That is from last time. Alright, I'm gonna try going in a different direction. I know I have a lot of stone citadels up this way if it'll load. It's loading some of it. Hey, how's it going, dude? Yeah, this is frustrating. This map issue needs to be, in my opinion, it's one of the things they need to fix the most. It's very limiting. Let's try going back to the hideout, see if that fixes it. If not, I'm going to quick log into character select and log back in, or maybe log into something else here. We'll see. And basically just let it reload the map and hope that works out. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Can I click out here? Oh boy. All right, let's exit the login screen and relog and see what goes there. I play a little MTG yet, but not much anymore. Yeah, I played in a couple of releases when I went up to visit my brother during a couple of the pre-releases. Played a couple of those. And then I played a little bit here and there. I was playing Commander for a while, but I'm not a huge fan of Commander. A lot of people like it. It's probably the most popular, but I like one-on-one formats myself. That's more my style, my type of competition. I don't like the politicking that much, and maybe it's just the people I play with, but it gets to the point where if you win a few or whatever, a lot of people just kind of gang up on you from every game going forward after that. So I think I'm one away from this one down here, so I'll just go do that. Oh, is this it? Oh, I already did this one. Okay. Boy, I think going forward in the future, I'm literally just going to be running Citadels as I find them because having to dig through your map to find them all the time is just such a pain. I'll do this map. But yeah, oversaturated. Yeah, it's a little weird, and also the people I were playing, I was the people I was playing with were a little, my words aren't working. I've spent the last few days not feeling well, very tired. Was kind of losing my voice for a couple of days there. I'm more or less fine now, but I still have a little bit of brain fog left over, I think, from the cold, so thinking of words is hard. But yeah, the people I was playing with were getting really salty if things weren't going their way. They weren't, chill about the game, basically. I do have another group that I play with every couple of months. It's just a group of old friends that get together sometimes and we'll play like Magic. We'll, watch anime and play video games, that kind of thing. We usually just make a weekend out of it. And with that group, I don't mind playing Commander because everybody's, pretty chilled and relaxed, and they're also all pretty good at card games. So a lot of us, in fact, most of us kind of met through playing competitive trading card games. So that is, there's a little better mindset for that kind of competition. Sounds like a trash group. Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, I had one complain about how, nothing ever goes right, and he basically just started whining in that group, saying nothing ever goes his way. And I'm like, man, I don't want to sit here and play with somebody like that. It's just a game. Maybe there's other stuff going on in your life that's making you feel that way, but to try to make people feel guilty for beating you in a game is that's not the kind of environment I want to be in. I don't understand how anyone would want to play with somebody like that, but um, still plays with people regularly. So yeah, just interesting. But my other group of friends, I just don't get to play with them that often. Once every maybe 3 or 4 months, we all get together. We'll play like 1 or 2 games of Commander for the weekend and then spend a lot of time. We're going to be getting together soon here to watch Squid Game 2, so that'll be fun. Watching your video about Citadels of Corruption, found 8. Yeah, I still think the corruption thing is very viable. In fact, my latest experiment, a lot of people were saying it was just distance. So I've gone out about, I think I'm like 14 or so screens out. It's kind of hard at a certain point to keep track, especially considering most of the map won't stay loaded in. But I went out and I intentionally avoided all of the corruption. So I'm going to want a little more data before I put a video out on this or anything. But I did, wow, I just stood right in that, huh? Uh, went out avoiding all corruption as much as I could, and I successfully found some citadels, but I did have to go over some corruption regardless. Oh, I've never come in. What's going on here? That was weird. I came in through the back. I guess I got the jump on her or something. Yeah. Right. But yeah, I went out as far as I could, and I noticed that the amount of citadels that were spawning the farther I went out, as long as I was avoiding corruption, they were much lower. Like the density of citadels when I was clearing corruption, even at like 5, 6, 7 screens out, was much higher than the density, but I was still getting them. So my thought is that maybe there's like a baseline chance that citadels will just spawn as like a baseline, but you can also increase. So my current theory that I'm running with or that I'm testing is that there is a correlation with how far you go out and where the citadels spawn. And then other than that, I think they're related to towers. So I think that they're more likely to spawn near red towers. Like let's say at a certain amount of screens out, they have like at 5 screens out, maybe they have like a 20% chance to spawn near red towers and like a 5% chance. These numbers are just ones I'm throwing out. It's kind of like a baseline idea. They mean nothing, but and like a 5% chance to spawn near regular towers, because I've noticed that all citadels seem to either spawn really close to red towers or near very large clumps of regular towers if they don't have red towers near them. And I'm talking like 5 or 6 towers basically right on top of each other almost. So my thought is that when you go out and towers are generated, there's like a certain percent chance as a baseline that they'll spawn near a corrupt tower or a regular tower. And then the farther you go out, the more that percentage increases. But I do think somehow clearing corruption does seem to increase the chance that you get citadels, because yeah, I just got a lot more citadels when I was routinely clearing out corruption. And now that I'm actively avoiding clearing out corruption, the density of citadels. But yeah, I haven't done enough to really solidify that as a theory yet. I've done maybe 120 maps kind of on that theory, which for me isn't going to be quite enough. I'm going to want to probably do at least like triple that to get a good solid baseline. Which at the rate, I'm glad I don't do these kinds of maps very often. Vol City, by the way, bottom 3 map very easily. This map is awful in terms of actually, clearing it and getting a map completion. One of the worst out there. Like Meyer obviously is really bad. I also don't like the Bloodwood one, even though it's very straightforward. There are just so many little kind of like hidey holes. Is how I would put them. If you compare it to Ravine, which is kind of the same thing, where it's just one long corridor, very gorge-like, the little side areas in Ravine that monsters can hide in, that you can miss rares in, are tiny, and you basically are never going to miss monsters. But in Bloodwood, they're big enough that if you just run through the map, and it's a long enough map, you basically have to try to put a portal roughly halfway through, or you're just gonna get stuck. It's gonna be bad times. Okay. Well, I don't need that Wayfarer jacket anyway. Yeah, I like Savannah, Sandspit. Those are a lot. One that I like a lot that other people don't seem to like, and maybe it's just because I'm a monk who's doing like the double Herald clear, but I really like Crypt. I think Crypt is great because it's a really short, really dense map, but people keep listing it as like one of their least favorites. I'm like, man, Crypt rules. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I walk into a corridor, I hit things once, everything explodes from the double heralds, and I'm done with the map in like a minute. It's like the fastest map to clear. You can kill probably the most monsters per second. Ooh, good life, good strength and dex. That might be something. I don't know. What are you? Uh, that's kind of bad. It's like the most okay, almost good if it didn't have super ultra low cold damage and flat cold damage rolls. Ring of all time. And I'm not going to bother chaosing that one. I'm just going to throw this in some random tab. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way. And, oh yeah, we could do one. Yeah, I'm going to do the Citadel first, and then I'll do just 2 or 3. Alright, what else do we got? This one's not bad, although I'm not super fond of less recovery rate either, because you kind of have to portal back if you get hit low, which is kind of a pain. Still has it. Yeah, I'm not going to run that. Not for Citadels, at least. I will run it, but I won't run it for this. LE weakness is fine. I hate burning ground. If I can't corrupt this off, I'm vendoring it. I just hate burning ground. Oh, it's tier 16 though. I can't get rid of that. I can throw this in one of the unique maps or something. Alright, and this one, strongbox, and magic pack, and armored. Alright, this one isn't great either, so let's hope for 570 with burning ground though. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I hate it. I really hate burning ground so much. Channel encrypt. Yeah, both specifically for Ice Strike Monk, yeah. Most or anything that doesn't have, or really anything that runs Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder combo. Crypt is really good, honestly. Alright, so we got Delirium, Burning Ground, +1. This one might be a little bit of a pain. I'll try my best not to stand right on top of Burning Ground while I'm fighting the boss. But big fan of Forge. There's a couple of maps that I like purely for the aesthetic. There's one, it's a mountain one, but it has like a bunch of jungly type stuff on it too. It has a weird name. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it has like caves and I really like the vibe of it. It doesn't have a great layout, but I just enjoy being in that map. I think it starts with like a C. Lofty Summit? No. Although, kind of similar. I like most of the mountain ones. Untouched Paradise? Nope. Not that one. I'll see if I can find it after this map. It starts, I think, with a C. It's like Solips or something weird. Lives and streams. Hey, how's it going, Em? I do. I live and I stream. We'll see for how much longer I live. I just need to not stand on burning ground. The reason I don't like burning ground here is because sometimes you just get large patches, although they did fix it so it's not as bad. But before they nerfed it, because I don't have like energy shield recharge rate, boy, I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. But because I don't have faster start of energy recharge or energy recharge rate, I have to rely on things hitting me, so I get things back with like Ghost Dance and some of my other energy shield recharging things. And so burning ground just is unpleasant to deal with. It's not deadly most of the time unless I'm really not paying attention, but it's just annoying, so I tend to vendor burning ground. Collectively all hate burning ground? Yeah. Burning ground's not a fun mechanic. But like I said, it is better since they nerfed it. The patches used to be much bigger, so and on open map, on open maps it wasn't bad at all, because you can just walk around it. But in certain kind of smaller closed maps, you get a certain amount of burning ground patches, and you can't help but stand on them all the time. And before you know it, all of a sudden your 6,000 energy shield is gone, and your max hit is less than 2,300. So you accidentally walk into an on-death effect or something. Like right now, I'm currently at half. I haven't really been hit by anything. That's just me walking over a bunch of burning ground. Just happens over the course of time. I guess it's fine to have some things like that that are mostly just annoying. It also does higher damage in like the higher tier maps, so on 82 maps it would do even more damage, so I'd run out of energy shield accidentally even quicker. Or I think it does at least. It did in POE 1, and it seems like it scales with map level. I guess I kind of just took it for granted that it did, but it might not. Alright. So, let's see here. I'm not familiar with this map layout, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that I should be just going straight to the back of it. Because it should be the same layout as the campaign version. So I'm probably just wasting a bunch of time running around in here. There's a big patch. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is, it's just over this way. Stream other time? Alright. Have fun at work, dude. Thanks for stopping in. Will do. I'm gonna do a couple of Arbiters here after this. Alright, last time I need to be careful because sometimes when you freeze Doriani, he doesn't want to get into his mech, especially if you bring him down. Oh yeah, all damage ignites, haste aura. Ow, okay. Okay. Got ignited. This is... okay, it's fine because he's going to get into his mech, and that's going to give me a little time to regen here. Yeah, the all damage ignites is relevant here, so I need to pay attention to that. Try not to get hit. Sometimes the floor is lava, yeah. True. Very true. Okay. So, definitely don't get hit by the slams. Boy. Well, there I go. Okay. It's frozen. Alright, we're good. Ouch. Luckily, there was no burning ground in the arena, which is cool. Alright, what do we got? 3. So weathered is stone. I need to actually memorize what the... so weathered is stone. And then the copper is... copper is the other one. Copper is ancient and faded is stone. I think that's right. Or maybe it's reverse. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go fight the Arbiter. So that is going to be, let me update this. That one was kind of a pain to get to, but we got there eventually. That's 3 with a total of 7 fragments found. We have 8 in total because I already had 1 that I hadn't sold yet. So I'll just put them all in my inventory. We'll just do kind of back to back. Is there anything I want to do to my build? So let me check here. Gonna need inspiration still. I could put in a second bell over something. A lot of people have talked about that. I could take out like the heralds for a second and third bell to increase DPS, but I also do have still coming calamity, so that's probably not that efficient for me. If I got rid of that, that'd be another thing. Speaking of anything I want to do on the tree, I think I want to keep the move speed stuff for now. because I'm not comfortable with getting from circle to circle. So yeah, let's go do some arbiters. Couple arbiters here. We're doing Arbiter 3. I don't know. I think last time I beat 2, I was a little bit weaker gear-wise. Actually, have I messed with my gear at all? Am I using my good gear? Kind of. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my best bet, is what I have going currently. Yeah. All right, let's give it a shot. Give it a good old try. See here. Oop. There you go. All right, so I'll have 2 and then 2 left over weathered, which is the stone. So first one here. See Dreamcore about aftershock bugs. Is Titan, I can confirm volcanic fissure aftershocks way too many times. I played with a little bit of aftershock on my warrior, but yeah, I hadn't seen the video on any bugs on that, so I'll have to check that out. I was also planning on kind of being aftershock centric because I started making that right after they added the new support skills, the new aftershock support skills. So I was going to kind of go with that. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to get my warrior to endgame because honestly, I don't really like playing warrior that much. It's a little clunky for me. Alright, so swoop means he's going to do the circles. If he disappears into the ground, that means he's going to do this. Go to the blue, 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 blue. Fuck. I mean, okay. Man, I was right on the edge there. Welp. Yeah, I need to get used to that phase. So apparently if your little toe is still in the red part, you will die. So, alright. But I did pretty well the first couple of times, and I identified he went down, so that was going to go. So learning the attack patterns is going to be the important part. So, Arbiter attempts, 1, and failed. Okay. Go on to Arbiter attempt number 2. So, yeah, once I learn his 2 hard attack patterns and get them down to muscle memory, I think the fight won't be that bad. But until I do that, it is going to be rough times. Just got to get used to seeing little blue streak go there. Be in circle as soon as the next circle, or the moment the explosion goes off, you should be on the edge of the circle going towards the next one. Yeah, those are the 2 important things. I can dodge roll underneath his beam if it's blocking my way, so that's another important thing. So I don't like take a bunch of damage and then end up getting confused and slowed down. Right, drop this. Get my charge staff going. Okay. So he's got these little orbs. I actually don't know what they're doing, so okay. So this is the one where he flies and leaves a little trail of fire, I think. There should be orbs that spawn on the ground for this. I think they make the ground shocked ground and chilled ground. Okay, I can't attack him while he's up. Get behind him. So I think this would make the ground chilled ground, I think. Okay, he's up. Swooping down. Bell. Breeze. I should be able to get him here. Okay, got him. Alright, it's really easy if he doesn't do his 2 hard attack patterns, but outside of that, another Grand Regalia. I've only gotten this unique. I've gotten this 3 times now. I don't even know if he drops different ones. Other than that, Let's do this and allocate the new points. So we are now on, so I think the next one was going to be Witness to History. Yeah, or I could do Modular Servant. Tremor support is causing the bug. Okay, so let's update this. So Arbiter attempts 2, Arbiter level +3. All right, one more to do. So let's go ahead and do, so I have 2 stone citadel ones, so I need 1 copper and 1 iron citadel. And the little guy, oh, hang on, he's here again. Yeah, this shocked me the last time, because I didn't see him the first clear I did, whoever this is. Is it different this time? This power serves a new master. Okay. So maybe that's like a future pinnacle boss or something. But I don't know. That one really shocked me when I first saw it because I wasn't expecting anything like that. Any kind of lore related things. Okay, so what do we got? Global defenses and rarity. I've gotten rarity ones for all 3 of mine so far. So let's see. Put this. Yeah, I got rarity mana, rarity defenses, and a rarity. What's the other one I have? Got another rarity one in here somewhere. Did I not put it in here? Actually, I don't even know what it's called, so I couldn't even tell you what I'm looking for. There it is. Rarity spirit. The spirit one seems interesting, although that's just 40 spirit, so maybe it's not so good. Hey, how's it going, Dr. Noisewater? Alright, let's find a stone and a copper citadel. I know I have copper citadels down this way. It's a matter of if the map will load. Nope. Alright, so I guess we're going north to see if I have any copper citadels up there. I know I have more stones. Yeah, I think I have more stone ones that I haven't done. Got a copper that I had done. Here is going to be another copper, but I'm a couple maps away. What's the fastest way to get there? I mean, maybe it's better for me to just grab this one rather than reloading my map so I can look elsewhere. But I don't know if I have any stones up here. That's the problem. I thought I did, somewhere. Here's a copper one that is less maps away. 2 maps away. Yeah, let's do this. 2. Go here. Nope. Fastest way is going to just be this to this. Channel, mine shaft. And then mine shaft and mine shaft. I guess we'll run a channel and then a mine shaft. What do we got? Run one of my bad maps. Actually, I better roll some stuff first here. Just to have a better range of maps to run. Okay. Get some of these going. Got temp chains, not great. Don't like running temp chains. We got accuracy. I think that doesn't matter too much. I don't really want to run less recovery. See if it hits something real. And minus max, I'm going to just corrupt this. And even worse than it goes down to a tier 14. Temp chains, reduce crit. Chests, the worst good one. Okay, rarity, rare monsters. Alright, I'll run this one for this map. That's pretty good. Got some temp chains again, unfortunate. Alright, quantity and rarity, not bad. And essence. Okay, extra rare. This one's pretty good. I'll keep that as is. Chilled ground, lightning. Is that magic chests? Even worse than rare chests. And rare chests. Double chests. Oh boy. There is a unique map with chests in it, so maybe I'll keep it for that. I don't know. Maybe that's bad. Gold, people tell me that gold takes away from currency drops, but I don't know if I've necessarily experienced that. It might do. I don't know. Okay, it's all perfectly reasonable. And then we got this one, Enfeeble's fine. And rare monsters, rare chest, shock ground. See if we can corrupt some of these kind of mediocre ones. Get some big, juicy waystone one for the massive drop. So I would say these are all kind of in the chest one. Corrupt all those. I think, yeah, and chilled ground's not great, so we'll corrupt these. For those wondering why I'm not holding shift and clicking through is because I have my shift set to dodge roll, so I swip to WASD normally when I dump tab it is. Right, tier 16. Cool. Keep that for level 82 maps. We got this nice 435. Burning ground, but otherwise not too bad. 240, 330. I'll take the 330. Maybe I'll run the burning ground one later. Maybe. We'll see. And this one is, yeah, this one's fine too. Okay. Got some maps to run now. Now I get to go back up and find that again. That's another annoying thing. I go find stuff, then I realize I'd forgotten something, and I have to go find it again. Alright, so I think it was southeast, maybe? Yeah, this one. Okay, run this channel. We'll just toss this one in. Should be fine. Alright, so 2 maps and then a Citadel, and I'll have to check to see if I have any. I didn't see any stone Citadels that I had run up in the northern area here, so have to see if I can find one. I might have to go reset my. I might have to log to login screen again so that my map will load properly. Or that I can load a different part of the map, because unfortunately that's the current state of how the map seems to work. Just doesn't like to let you load out any part of the map that you're not immediately using after your map gets to a certain size. That might be my fault for literally just going out and as far in every direction as I possibly can, so can't really blame a very quickly couple month rushed endgame system for having those kinds of, let's say, quirks. Some downsides. All things considered, it's quite good, but yeah, definitely some work to be done on some of the endgame stuff, as many people have identified. I'd even rather have like a less fancy screen, something that is more like Delve, as long as I could load more, or I could load all of it at once and go through it. Because that's my biggest concern, is actually being able to, dig through and find everything. Sometimes mapping feels actively slower without Shattering Palm, even though I know it's not. I'm just like moving maybe a quarter of a screen every few screens. So I guess technically that's slower, but feels more significantly slower without it. Oh. I didn't even have to attack him. He just hit my Wind Ward and chained my double heralds, and off they go. Okay. I'm not fond of this map either. I don't know if I'm fond of Mineshaft either. It seems like some of the worst maps seem to be the ones next to the Citadels for some reason. There's a couple that are okay, but I would say most of the Citadel exclusive maps are kind of not great. Some of them are downright awful. Like Vol City is just bad map. Way too spaghettied, way too kind of spread out, backtracky. If they put waypoints in, a lot of these maps would improve. Yeah, Sandpit is definitely a goated. Yeah. Yep. Actually, both of the Vol ones, Vol Ruins and Vol City, suck. Boy, feels bad to be a Vol map, huh? Those are the only two ones with Vol in their name, right? That I can think of. Is there any other ones? There's like, I think it's like 50-50. I think half of the maps are good and half of the maps are bad at the moment. And I think the half bad maps, if they just put waypoint, or not waypoints, but checkpoints, like they do in the campaign, into maps somehow, just put in like 3 to 5, depending on how long the map is, so that you can get to various parts of the map. I think that would fix a lot of the maps, honestly. Then I think most of them would be fine. You know, some of them still wouldn't be great. Oh, and like at least half the time it takes to pull the levers in Augury. I don't think Augury is that bad. A lot of people hate it. I think it's fine, but it does take too long to pull that lever. So if they just fix that, that'd be great. I'd be happy with, yeah, that goes into that. Sometimes the little dotted lines go underneath stuff and I can't really tell. 240, yeah, 240's fine to just, I'm not gonna use that on a Citadel. All right, so we have the final Arbiter form. I'm not really getting better at, I'm not getting better at Arbiter. I'm just winning the different stages of Arbiter when I get lucky, and he doesn't use the hardest attack pattern. He doesn't use one of the 2 one-shot attack patterns. So I do feel like I'm getting a little better from the times he does use them, and like the last time I dodged a lot more of the little streaky bits. I don't know what to call that. The fire streak. Getting the blue. Dodged more of that than ever before. In fact, I don't know how long that lasts, but I had to have been close to him being done with that. But I'd like to win a fight where he's actually running the harder attack patterns. And I can feel like I've actually done well to learn the fight. Or I could just luck my way through and not run Arbiters, start selling all of my fragments at that point. I haven't heard much on the hacking front. Like, I don't know if people are still getting hacked, but I wanted to wait to like cash a lot of my Citadels in. I cashed some in to get my belt, but I wanted to wait to cash most of them in until afterwards. So at least if the hackers hack me, they have to run around my map and reload it, run Citadels, reload it, sell the Citadels, or trade them over. Make it a pain. But yeah, Mineshaft isn't that bad. Well, okay, never mind. Mineshaft sucks and it's awful. Look at dead end, dead end, dead end, 3 in a row. If these are also both dead ends that monsters are in, well, yep, even a rare was in there. If I would have went down to the end, which is probably where it goes, and had gone all the way to the end, I guess if I knew that these like grooves were in here. Okay, this one actually goes around. Oh, that's even worse. So we have 2 long sides. Yeah, never mind. Mineshaft also sucks. Put it on the list of Citadel maps that are bad, or Citadel exclusive maps that are bad. Boy, not a fan of that. All right, well, here's the boss, kind of in the middle there. All right, drop a bill if I can. There you go. Prevents recovery above 50%. Crit resistant. Okay. The crit resistant didn't help a whole lot. Man. Okay. Alrighty, got some tier 15s, and I don't know what helmet that is, so I guess I'll pick it up. I think I have one already. I don't think it's an expensive one. I need to get the more updated loot filter. I haven't updated my loot filter in like 2 weeks, and I know there's a better baseline one that came out a few days ago, and I just was too lazy and sick to bother upgrading to it. Oh man, okay, I have to go up this way because there's going to be a little loop with rares in it, and if I don't go up and grab it, then I'll have to walk all the way back, and this is going to loop all the way around to the other end. Right? Oh man, it's going to be even worse if there's a rare in here. I'm going to gamble that there isn't a rare in here, and if there is, I'll just reset the character select and go for the portal and walk out. It's fine. Or, better yet, well, too late now. I'm kind of far enough away where it's about the same. I could have just put a portal there, since I know I'd cleared out the beginning part. Went back that way. Whoa. Getting lots of frame drops here. What do we got? Dropping down to sub 20 FPS. Something's causing that. Latency is fine-ish. Okay. Alright. Boy, this map is just great. And there's not less than 200 monsters left. Yep. I didn't pay attention. The map's been complete the whole time. Wow. Okay. So what's this guy? Leech from hit allies in your no. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm a solo player. I don't do that. Alright, so 330, 435, we got Burning Ground's annoying, but I think it's probably worthwhile. Okay. So Citadel. Oh yeah, Copper Citadel is going to be kind of annoying with the Burning Ground because of all the bridges. Well, that's fine. There's going to end up being, almost certainly, a decent amount of areas where I just kind of lose all of my energy shield as I'm going across bridges. Okay. I think Copper Citadel is actually my favorite just because it's the smallest of all of the Citadels in terms of time to run. Like, it's just a pretty quick Citadel. Even though in the campaign, the Dreadnought is probably one of my least favorite zones in terms of... Don't want to get hit by that. Actually, I'm probably fine if I do, but rather not. Okay, what do we got? Getting my energy shield back slowly but surely. And should be right up here. GCP. Yep, okay. It's also relatively hard to miss with my heralds, the rares, because everything's kind of packed together, so rares will just kind of die even off screen in a lot of cases. Yeah, this should be the last one. This is the first time I didn't try to attack her for following me. I guess Burning Ground just never spawns in arenas, or I haven't noticed it doing it. Okay, got this little thing. Alright. I don't think... Yeah, he has resistance, but if we crit, we overwhelm that. And then he's got some ES, but it's not like the crazy Jumanro we had last time, where he had Monster Life, he had the additional Energy Shield Rare modifier, and he had additional Energy Shield Map modifier, plus like, what was it, 140% life or something? That one was super fun. Might have had ailment threshold too, I don't remember. But, okay. So, that. Just 2 fragments this time. I'll take a look at the studded vest, I guess. And Gonna have to start putting. I think I'm just going to completely delete my tier 13 and 14 tab, I guess I'll take the time to trade them up, even though it'll take a while. I'll just do the work to free up stash tab space, because at this stage I need more. Because otherwise I'm just gonna be throwing a lot of tier 15s into my dump tab for forever. But I have a full 13 and 14 tab, so can get rid of all those, kind of trade things up a little bit. All right, so now we have a stone citadel to find. Just toss all that stuff in here. If I need more, we'll do that. So we now have done 4 citadels and found 9 fragments. Moving on up. And last but not least, find a stone citadel somewhere, which I think I may have to go ahead and... Actually, I should be far enough out that maybe I can reset the map by going back this way. Yeah. Are you going to let me go out? No. Are you going to let me go down? No. Okay. I got to exit the login screen. That's the only reasonable way to reset the map for the way it loads. Add 3 items to reforging bench. Yes. Do you know you can add 3 items to reforging bench, reforge, and while the reforge is happening, you can start shift clicking the next set of... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess not. That would speed things up, for sure. Things that stack, you can just put whole stacks into the reforging bench too, which helps a lot. But yeah, I wasn't aware. That's actually... That could save a decent amount of time trading all of those up. Could just vendor them all too. Every time I do like these Citadel runs, the Citadel bosses drop a lot if I have to do any maps along the way. Good for gear. Oh yeah, I do have a tab full of quarterstaffs. Don't mind the trains. I have like quarterstaffs. I like to reforge item level 82 plus quarterstaffs. Quarterstaves, rather. I think these are copper citadels that I have down here. Do I have any stone citadels down here? I think, okay, I do have an iron, not stone. Yeah, I have an iron. So I can do this. We'll go ahead and throw 1 of these in here. Just a little extra juice. And shocked around. Nah, let's actually run something okay at least. This is okay. In my very, very unjuiced map here, solo self-found survival tip. Yeah, reforge is essential in solo self-found. Like, you really need it. Hidden Grotto is one of those maps that I shouldn't like because it has the same problems as a lot of the ones I've complained about it, but just because of the tile set, I kind of like it. I just find the kind of, partially lit cave, but also with plants vibe to be really relaxing, really pleasant somehow. So I kind of like this map. Oh, the one I was trying to think of earlier, I don't know, was Cenotes or Cenotes or something like that. I think it's Cenotes. It's a mountaintop tile set one, and even though the layout isn't great, I just really like the feeling. It's like this, but some of it is open. It's got like the internal cave parts that are kind of, planty and cavey, as well as some like outdoor rainforest type deal. And yeah, it's one of the few maps that I like purely for the aesthetic rather than just for the layout. A lot of times I'm very utilitarian and care more about the layout, but some things just feel nice to be in. That's also why Sandspit gets double benefits, because beach maps are always just pleasant to be on, and it's got a good layout, so you kind of got the double whammy going. Got them both. So Sandspit's probably the best map just because of that. The vibes and the layout. It's got it both going for it. Boy, we got these Act 2 Blood Tornado guys going in here. Alright, I shouldn't be killing every little thing. I just need to kill down to 200 or less. Is that? Yep, that is a dude. Got an invulnerability aura, so gotta kill him. One thing you can do if you're just trying to clear maps real quick and you don't care about the maps themselves but the destination to get through the maps is you can actually go into your atlas and you can remove all of your plus rare monster stuff, and then there's a higher chance that there'll only be like 1 or 2 rare monsters in your whole map, and you might literally finish a map in like 10 seconds. Like you could walk into a map and kill a pack and it's done. I've had it happen a bunch of times. It's really fun when it happens, and by fun I mean, well, it's fun not to be stuck in a bad map when you're just trying to get through it. Like it's great when you're in like Vol Ruins or something, and you kill 1 rare and it's map completed, and then you just walk out of it. New maps are basically Delve. It would be sweet if they added endless mode where you transition between biomes. One of the things I'm really curious about is if they add, when they add the new acts, are we going to get new biomes that are also associated with those maps? So how many maps are going, because there's already a decent pool of maps. It's not as many as POE 1, I'm pretty sure, but it's still, there's like a decent chunk of them already. So I'm interested to see what biomes we'll get from the new content. Alrighty. Ooh. Because some of the biomes are better than others too in terms of like the available maps. Okay. Last one here. Let's get a... And then we can run 2 more things. 330. I'm going to see if I can get at least a 400 real quick. Let's go ahead and throw that on there. Oh. See if we can get a decent one going. Chest. That's a good one to Vol and Feeble. Nice. Oh yeah. Keep giving me the bad ones. Actually, magic pack size is pretty good. Evasive. Okay. Doesn't matter. That's getting Vol'd regardless. 225 still, unfortunate. 315, already better as a baseline. What do we got here? Early weakness, penetration, which I hate. Yeah, I'm not running that one regardless. Try this one. Okay. 250. Shock, ground, bleed are both fine. But I'm looking for a juicy one. Nice and juicy one. Do I have a pre-rolled, like, decent one? 355's better than what I have. 405 with only 4 mods. It's got penetration, though. We could maybe do it. 510, here we go. Minus max. Extra lightning ailment threshold. Monster damage. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to not do that one. We'll evolve this. Let's see. 540. 540. And none of the mods are that bad. Okay, this is the guy. This is the one. We found one. I'll keep the 405. Actually, no, I won't because it's got the penetration. And then this one I'll keep as well. Okay. So last Citadel, and then 540 plus a little bit of Waystone from this tower. See where we go. Hopefully get 3 out of this one. And then 2 more. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to beat the final, or at least the final required for the points. Is it only... We only get 8 points for this too, right? Yeah, 8 points. So final one's definitely going to be Modular Servant because these both kind of suck. I think literally this is one where there isn't realistically a lot of choices, unfortunately. If they massively nerf map sustain, maybe the chance for the plus or the I think it's a guarantee for 3 more tier 15 maps might be okay. And then you can just run +1 Arbiter over and over again to get a bunch of extra maps. But if map sustain stays kind of as it is, then I think it's going to be useless. I don't think they intended map sustain to be as good as it is. I think a lot of the changes they made prior to going on holiday, in terms of like loot and drops, ended up kind of being beyond what their initial intention was. But they just probably wanted to throw a band-aid on there real quick. Could be wrong. That's the impression I get, at least. Although I think it's fine. Like, you can't sustain maps just running blue maps all the time, which is good. You shouldn't be able to. But, you know, it's a little too easy if you are consistently running like 6 and 8 mod maps. So there's kind of a medium. Go is probably in a perfect spot, though, honestly. If you're literally just going maps, probably like just at that sweet spot where you're getting just enough maps on average, I would say. So, yeah, I guess that's a good place to be when I think about it balance-wise. That's a popular style of mapping for many PoE players. I left a rare behind. I can't complete this map anyway, though, because Iron Citadel is bugged. Unless they did like a hotfix to fix it or something today, which they might have. I'll see if the little symbol disappears on the map here when I kill this guy. Because it normally will stay on here. So what do we got? Prevents recovery above 50%. Extra cold damage. Oh boy. Actually, the prevents recovery above 50% could get me killed. Because... Oh wait, he's going to lose it here though, when he goes into his wolf form, because he gets new mods. Conjures flame walls, lightning resistant. I put myself on frozen ground like an idiot. Okay. And no, he does not, in fact, die. Alright, 3 more fragments. Cool. Siphoning 1, tier 3. We'll give that a shot. Alright. So just go out and 2 more Arbiters. So that would be, we're up to 6. So 6 Citadels farmed. Oops, I forgot to... Or no, wait. We're at 5 because I had 2 extra from the Stone Citadels. And we are at, what, 12? Yeah, 12 fragments found. So Citadels found. All right. And we got 2 more Arbiter attempts. So let me kind of organize my stuff here. We got a bad wand. And more tier 15s for the dump tab. Until I get... Oops. Don't want that there. Okay, so we're going to have 1 extra ancient. Alright, back to Arbiter. Final Arbiter. Let's get this... Oh, gotta prepare, gotta stretch. Get my mind limber. Okay, you go into the blue. The circles, you start going right away as soon as it goes off. Try to be on the edge. We'll see if I need blink for that stage. I haven't run into that stage yet today. So, Arbiter attempt number 3. Got 1 level of Arbiter. Got my 2 points, my 5th and 6th point for Arbiter. Going for my final 2 points. Let's go. Activate. Got a chance at an extra unique as well. So got a chance at level 20 skill gem, 10% chance. Yeah, so got to try to focus up here. This will be the hardest thing that I likely do on this character. unless Delirium is harder than this, which in PoE 1 that's kind of the case. Got that, get the freeze, start spamming my charge staff stuff, and engulfed. Okay, that's not one of the scary ones, I don't think. Oh, it was. It was. He went underground, so he's faster this time. Okay. Um, oh boy. So engulf, he shoots it out. I actually don't know if that had anything to do with that attack pattern. I know if he goes underground, he's going to do that, and if he swoops up in the air regularly, he's going to do the circle thing, and if he grows wings, he's going to do the one where he goes and puts like a molten line, and that's one of the easier ones. He also does this thing where he shoots out two beams, but I'm still not sure what that does. Or these two like red balls. High map sustained for the sake of testing theories. PoE 1 mapping mindset. Yeah, plus, for my testing theories, I just did it in tier 1 maps. Those are 5,000 gold. Like, on high tier maps, you get more than 5,000 gold per rare pack almost all the time. So you can do like one tier 15 map and get, a decent amount of tier 1 map spot. And usually, at a certain point, you also just sustain even unrolled tier 1 maps gold-wise. You don't really gain gold either, or if you do, it's very slow, but that's kind of how I did a lot of my theory testing, except for the ones that actually required to be on higher tier maps. All right. Down the bell, get my thing. Only got one charge, unfortunately. Let's see if I can get a second freeze. I cannot. Okay, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Nope. Too slow. I need to get faster. It does seem faster. Oh, yeah. The one on the edge here would be way too hard. Okay. So I have a couple of choices here. I think you could get to the point. I'm assuming that's all fire damage. So what I could do going forward, I'm kind of going to spend the rest of the time theory crafting. I'll probably do like one more Citadel, but I think I want to spend some time theory crafting how best to tackle the Arbiters. So one thing I could be doing is I could get all of my dual slots here and get +2 fire resist in all of them. So then I'm sitting on, it'll be 85 fire resist. I currently take 25% damage, so we'll take that 25% as 100%. So that with 10% is going to be not quite a third. Yeah, let's see. Actually, more than a third. It's going to be like, what, 40-ish% of the damage reduced from that. And it one-shots me right now at an effective health pool of like 8,200 or so, 8,200, 8,300. The other thing I could do is I spec out of Sunder my enemies. I instead get Heavy Frost because I'm basically only doing damage to him while he's frozen anyway. So I just take a point out of somewhere, throw it into Heavy Frost, have that, like maybe one of these points here, or something I'm sure I could find a point to get rid of. Do that, and then I get Meditate. And Meditate would allow me to get to 12,000-ish energy shield before the fight. And considering I'm only getting hit by those one-shot mechanics, but that would probably only allow me to live one of those, so I'd still have to get most of them. But it would give me leeway. The other thing I could do is both of those things, which could possibly allow me to survive 2 or 3 of those. And I think that would be potentially, and I don't actually know what the damage ceiling for that ability is. I do know it's more than 75 fire resist with about 8,300 effective health can take, though. So, yeah. I think it's all fire damage. I haven't checked the bosses and PoE DB yet because I wanted to attempt them a number of times first. so that I got the feel, so I wasn't thinking about it all as a numbers game to try to like build up my skill in fighting them. But yeah, I think I'll have to look into that because it does look like I'm gonna have to outnumber this boss either by trivializing it by just maybe the other thing is maybe I just spec out of all of my defense, go pure offense, then I'm freezing him more, then he's just dead. So maybe all of these ES points gone, all of them. Just drop every single one of them, put it all in damage, more crit damage bonus, more elemental damage, more everything like that. That might be the way to go. Get all of these melee damage nodes here, this extra attack speed, just pure DPS, just zerg him down. Just plan on never ever getting hit at all. Maybe I'll try that. That actually sounds like possibly the way to go. I'm sure that's the conclusion a lot of people have already come to who have done this boss all the way through a number of times. But because, in one freeze, I got about a third of his health on +3 Arbiter difficulty. So in theory, there's a decent chance that I can just burn him down within one freeze, maybe. If I just go pure damage, can I triple my damage? Maybe double. I might have to survive one phase anyway, but sometimes there's like a little bit of a wind up. There's another option too. Other option is I drop like maybe my heralds and then these points associated with my heralds, and I put like temp chains, blasphemy setup to make him even slower, to increase the chances that I get him into 2 freeze phases before he does anything at all. That's another option. Thinking of what else I could do here. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody have any ideas as far as some possible ways to tweak things? I mean, get good would be the optimal way to deal with it. Am I going to have to leave again to I hate this map, man. I just wish it would stay loaded or load the new stuff. Yeah, let's do this copper one real quick. It's the only thing in this game that like actively annoys me right now, I would say. Don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, let's just do one more Citadel. So now let me update things. We have Arbiter attempts 4. So we have 3 fails, 1 success. Still don't have the final point. Yeah, I can think of a few things to do, but I'm not really 100% sure where I want to go with that. I'm kind of leaning towards the just go pure DPS. Just build everything into DPS and zerg him down. Zoom out trick helps. Yeah, it does help, but it doesn't load more of the map is the biggest problem. Charm setup, you're using a thawing charm. I don't know. I don't think any other charm would do anything for me unless, does he ignite? Am I dying to a really big ignite? If he does ignite, I mean, he can't freeze. He doesn't do any cold damage, clearly. So maybe an ignite is the best way to go. With like guard as well. If I have one. I have no idea if I have that. I know I have a couple of high guard charms, like some 150 to 200 guard on use. I know I have at least 1 or 2 of every kind of charm, just in case. Yeah, he definitely did fire damage. I don't know if he's doing other damage types. A lot of pinnacle bosses in PoE 1 did like hybrids, like it would be like 25% chaos, 25% physical, 50% fire or something. There was a lot of that going on. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't looked up his PoE yet, and I'm not sure what his attacks are and how much damage they do at the moment and what kind of damage. But just from the looks, they said one of the things they wanted was visual clarity, and they wanted the looks of the game to match the type of damage you're taking. So purple is going to be chaos, blue is going to be lightning, slightly different blue is going to be cold, which is really hard for people like me who are not great with colors. I wouldn't say I'm fully colorblind, but I would say I'm probably at least partially colorblind. And like blues, shades of blues and greens are very difficult for me to deal with. Boy, I sure stood in a lot of those. That hurt a lot. So he does more fire damage than a bunch of the on-death effect fires in a tier 15. So that's something to note. With extra damage as fire damage. Because if I can survive that, that means his damage has got to be absurd. Depends on your ailment threshold. Ooh. True. Alright, well, don't explode on me, purple thing. No. Got me. Okay. My ailment threshold isn't great because my life, actually, I don't think, do I have any increased ailment threshold anymore? I think I used to have jewels with increased ailment threshold, but I kind of traded them for higher damage jewels. No. Obviously not on this one. I've got days buildup, oh boy. 1% move speed, yeah. Got my controlled metamorphosis. Yeah, I don't have any extra ailment threshold at all, actually. I think I can get stun threshold here. Yeah, I'm probably getting ignited and instantly dying afterwards. It's possible that I could survive the hit, but the ignite is going to be enough to finish me off and also make sure I can't heal. So maybe, actually, let me check. So, don't mind my absolute mess of tabs. I don't organize my tabs very often, and I don't like look through them. Okay, got one there. We'll roll some if I don't have any. Got one there. So yeah, that's one thing I can try to change out to begin with to see if it helps. Increased duration, charges used, probably not going to be the one, but can give it a shot. 38 life, that's very bad. 11 life, that's even worse. I guess duration's technically the best out of these three. Do I have any more? Probably not. I really need to go through some things. I am not an organized person. Okay, so yeah, I'll swap out for the fight. Oh, those were ball orbs. I'll swap out for the fight for this dowsing charm and to see if that helps. And if not, my next tactic will be just all-out offense. Go for the gold. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just get 2. I'm not going to worry about trying to get 3 every single time. Then I have to re-roll maps and yeah. Charges per second be okay if your my charm regen does not exist. So I'll get to use this one time. Actually, yeah. It'll save me from 1 large ignite. Will that be enough? Oh, I don't even know if it's... I'm sure the ignite's got to be contributing to the death in those cases. But once again, just like my other solution, that'll give me leeway for just 1 singular hit at best. So I'll still have to dodge all the rest. Maybe that'll be enough. There was one time where I think I was probably within 1 hit or 1 attack of it being done, of it being over. Increased duration, probably good. Yeah, the increased duration might make it 2 if I can instantly recover. The only way I'm going to instantly recover is if I also get stunned and it causes my energy barrier to go off. So if the hit is big enough to take all of my energy shield and stun me, then I should be able to recharge my energy shield, and then I could survive 2 hits. I don't have any extra stun threshold, so it might be it. I know, like, fire damage doesn't... I don't think it's any... Actually, can fire damage on players stun at all? I know all damage can technically stun on monsters, but I'm not sure if fire damage can stun on players. There's also the fact that if it works like PoE 1, I'll have 50% chance to avoid being stunned purely by having energy shield, which means it's a gamble for it to work. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff to consider for that fight if I want to optimize it. Or if I want to get a consistent out to it, I should say. I still, in my mind, think that the best way to deal with it is going to be just to extra crits. It's just going to be to build out just pure offense. I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking too much. I knew those were there, and I knew it was my life was going down, but I didn't pay attention to dodge roll. Well, that sucks. Oh, it's been about 2 hours, and there's no way I get another attempt, especially considering I'm going to have to search for more Citadels. So I'll probably just have a quick look at what I would kind of want a respec to look like. So I'm thinking if I get rid of all of my energy shield evasion, like I quicken these out or move these over here to like the damage and attack speed, get rid of all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. Might need the dex for this, so maybe I get rid of these 3 points as well and just go absolutely nuts on offense. So that gives me what, 6, 7, 8, 9. These will be the same, but on the other side. So that doesn't save me points there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points. 21 points, but I'd lose movement speed. If I can pick it up like acceleration or something, that would make up for it though. Okay, so with 20 points, I could get... There's stuff like Drenched, there's stuff like Climate Change, Stormbreaker, there's this very efficient set of nodes here since I do all of those. I could still get Heavy Frost and spec out of Sunder my enemies and then get... That's it! I have to get Unbound Avatar. I figured it out. Okay, Unbound Avatar will definitely get me there because not only will it increase my... I'll only be able to do it once, but... I think I'll be able to do it before or by the end of the second freeze, which should allow me to get to my third freeze quick. So what I think I do, I get rid of Sunder my enemies. All right, I'm just going to do it. So my first setup here is going to be this. I will get rid of any extra node, so either one of these 2 evasion ones or maybe this crit chance node that... These are kind of just here because they're kind of efficient because they benefit from my time loss jewel, but they're not essential or anything. So I'm going to take some of these extra non-essential nodes and put them into places that are going to help me more. So I'm going to go Heavy Frost, then I am going to get out of Sunder my enemies, and we are going to take Unbound Avatar. So now... take Unbound Avatar and a bunch of skill gems, and now I got 2 extra points to move around. And we are going to throw some stuff in Unbound Avatar. So Unbound Avatar is going to get Persistence, which is currently in something else. What am I running Persistence in? Oh, I'm running it in Charge Staff, I'm sure. I kind of need it in that too. But I also need it in Unbound Avatar. I'm sure there's something better I can... What am I doing? Yeah, we're going to take it out of Charge Staff, throw it in Unbound Avatar. This being up longer is more important. And then Charge Staff, I get to put another skill into. I have currently Perpetual Charge, Innervate, and Blind. So I could either put another damage one. I don't have 3 charges of Charge Staff up very often. I don't want to put Elemental Focus in there. I could put Execute. That could help towards the end of the fight. If I get it low. So Execute's a consideration. Let's see, what else do we have? Got I could put penetration isn't super helpful. I kind of get something along those lines anyway. Um, I think what I want to do here, I could do, no, Rage Forge is not the way. I also need to get a rage generating jewel. That'll help me keep my rage up a lot more of the fight. And I should be able to ramp fully to max rage by the beginning of the time that he's frozen, and that'll help me burst him down. So I think I'll take execute for now. Uncharged staff. Unbound Avatar is going to get all of the +1 level skills. So you're going to get Cold Mastery, Fire Mastery, and Lightning Mastery, because each one of these levels gives Unbound Avatar a... Do I have to re-quality it? I had it qualityed before, but I spec'd out of it, and I guess I have to re-quality it. Okay. Wait, can I not quality it? Oh, maybe I didn't have it qualityed then. Okay, forget that. Okay, Unbound Avatar, get all of the masteries. Each one of the masteries gives it a little extra duration, so like 10.1, 10. It's just 0.1, but every little bit counts. Oops. What am I doing here? Get that. And then, so those will all be on Unbound Avatar. And then one more. Is there anything else I can run on it? Supported skills have increased cooldown. Recovery rate, I think the gaining an element on hit is not a cooldown, but it does have a base cooldown, but it's 0.5 seconds. And there's no way I can get it to 0.5 seconds at all. So what I need to do to get Unbound Avatar up more is I need to find a way somewhere in my build, maybe on Charge Staff again, to get Electrify. If I get Electrify, that will help as well. So that's something I'll have to think about. And then I can put... None of those matter. This being a 6-link means nothing, truly. Okay. All right. I think that's a better setup than I just figure out my last 2 points. And we can try again. This isn't going to help me survive, by the way. Am I anywhere within 1, 2? So I'm 1 point off from a jewel socket here. Okay. I kind of wouldn't mind at some point. I guess I'll just get some of these. Maybe I'll figure out a way to spec out, at least to get this 25%. Oh, I have an idea. This is only 3 points. Yeah. And that, I want to be at full life anyway. Oops. So we'll get out of these, and then we'll get the 30% damage from that. So this, and then we'll want this. 1 point somewhere. Where can I spare a point? Anywhere? I could get rid of the 2% move speed here, but I don't really want to do that. This needs to connect. I don't want to... maybe I just need to go get a level. Maybe I need to level up to get my extra point, because I don't think I can spare any more points here. I could connect. I could get rid of these and go out, connect that way. Yeah, I'll figure this out later. But yeah, I do think the best damage I'm going to get is Killer Instinct for a relatively few amount of points. And I think I'm going to call that. It's been about my 2 hours. I got a decent amount done. Got one of my... Oh, my stream disconnected. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be back Thursday, same time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will try to put a video out tomorrow. I have a couple of video ideas. If I can continue to test my Atlas stuff, my Citadel finding stuff, then I'll put a video out on that. Otherwise, I will be putting out a video on how to easily get good and starting end game evasion energy shield body armors for relatively cheap, because I've made a lot of those, I've sold a lot of those, and I've crafted a lot, including I crafted this one for myself. They're not that hard to make. they're actually relatively cheap, a lot cheaper than the like 3 to 10 divine or whatever you'd get something like this for normally. So that'll be probably my next video. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'll see you next time.